Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Be Unashamed with Amiable to you. Thanks for joining me. Today is the fourth day in our 10-day series. So today is a special day because I will be talking about a story, a part of my story. I've got lots of stories, so this is just going to be a part of it. My name is Oluwatoyosi Faloye, in case you are just joining me and you don't know me. Thanks to everyone who has been coming online for the past 2-3 days. Mami, Lady Kiki, my sister Sure. Good afternoon, ma. Yara Oshi Alafia niya. Okay, so if you are online, you can just say hello to me. You can wave. Thank you. No, it's not Jokwa. Alright, so it's like a challenge that my coach gave to every one of us that were in the training to come online. Hello, auntie. How are the squad? How is the lockdown? So today I'm supposed to share my story, and at some point I was wondering which one should I talk about. And 2 days ago I was watching this movie, Breakthrough. While I was watching it, I'm very emotional, so if you see me being teary today, please don't be surprised. Okay, so I was watching that movie and I didn't know when I started crying. I cried so much. I didn't cry because of the movie, but I cried because I remember myself being in that kind of a situation. I cried because I remember that there is a God out there who has been so mindful of me. Me. I don't call myself ordinary anymore because I know the daughter of who I am. I know he that is in me because he's greater than he that is in the world. I know because he had made me to be seated in heavenly places, and that is why I can stand here today to share this story. Okay, that happened in 2014. It was during NYSC stuff. We were posted for NYSC, and for those that know me very well, Auntie Jumoke, you're not strange to my story. You were always there for me then in school to take care of me whenever I was sick. And so it happened that because of my history with sickness and with doctors and medical reports and all that, I was very good at interpreting even doctors' reports, lab reports. That even before I go to the hospital, when I know I'm already feeling sick, I would go to the lab by myself. I would ask them to run a test for me. By the time they give me the test, I already know what I want to use. But just to respect my doctor and all that, I will still take the report to him so that he will just do the prescription. But I already know what he's going to give to me because the results will say it. And that was how close I was to becoming a doctor by myself. Like, I remember a doctor talking to me, asking me one time, I was like, he was asking me, so what have you used? And I started mentioning names of drugs, and he said, stop. How come you know all this? I said, I'm very sorry, sir. I've been on it for a very long time, so I'm used to it. So like, oh, wow, that's very strange. Okay, so, and because I could read reports, I was able to know some drugs that I can use even without calling on my doctor in case I was somewhere that no one could attend to me. And so during this period, I was having this stomach pain, and when I have that kind of stomach pain, it was always feeling like typhoid. So I knew what to take. As at that time, it was ofloxacin that was reactive to the ailment because it takes different drugs at different times. And so, hello, Henry. Thanks for joining. And I forgot to mention yesterday. Thanks for sharing your story. I hope you have healed, and if not, that was a very took, and it's a process to your healing. and I pray that God will perfect all that concern. Thank you. Okay, so I was using that drug, and normally if I start to take a drug like that, and maybe first second day I will start feeling, I'll start feeling better, I'll start getting better. But it happened that I was taking these drugs, this medication, and I was not responding, and I was back in school to get my NYC posting letter. So I got the letter, and luckily for me, I was posted in stream B. I was going to be in stream B, and I was posted to Yobe State, and that was when Boko Haram was very, very strong. Like the bombing was. So eventually I was rushed to the hospital the day I was meant to travel home to give my report to them at home about the NYC posting. I was taken to the hospital, the school clinic actually. I was admitted there. After the third day, I wasn't getting better. So, and me, I'm used to, like, I've known this doctor, so let it be this doctor that will attend to me, right? But fortunately and unfortunately, I say fortunately because probably if it was the doctor that I was used to that attended to me, he would have listened to me, sort of. And unfortunately, it was not a good news. So when I saw that other doctor coming, I was like, why is it not Dr. Adejoro that is on duty today? I have a complaint. And so when the doctor came, I complained. I was like, sir, I'm still feeling pains at this side of my tummy. I'm not feeling any relief whatsoever. So he touched my stomach, pressed everywhere, and he was asking me, do you feel pains here? And all the way they usually do, right? So, and I was like, yes, this and that. And then he called the nurses and said, this girl has appendicitis. Please prepare her for a surgery. Oh, and I was like, Dad, I'm going for camp. And he said, you are going for camp. He said, oh, so that means you're no longer our students. Then we cannot attend to you. Then please ask, where are your parents? I told him that my parents are in Akure. He said, okay, please, then let her be referred to Akure. Write a letter for referral and all that. And I started crying. What is appendicitis nítorí Ọlọ́run? Where did I get that from? Despite all that has been coming, the blows of different sicknesses that didn't even have names, that doctors could not even give prescriptions to, and this one is bringing its own face again. Appendicitis of all things. Okay, but what would I do? I called my dad, and I can remember one of my, in short, not what, my best lecturer, Dr. Walonge. He was one that came to pick me up from the clinic. I was supposed to stay back to collect my testimonial. What was it called again? But I couldn't do that. So he took me from the clinic, took me to my friend's place, still in school, and from there my uncle came to pick me, and I was taken to my daddy's office. He took me to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, my doctor checked me. He said, he calls me Okbelenge. He said, Belenge is not feeling well at all. They are very correct. So please, I would ask you to bring her tomorrow so that we can schedule her for the surgery. And on our way home, the doctor called my dad on our way home and said, sir, please, I don't think it will wait till tomorrow. Please bring her tonight so that as early as possible tomorrow morning, she will be in the theater. Wow. So I got home. And me, I love plantain. I love roasted, boiled, even if it is not ripe, anything plantain. And when I was coming to the hospital, when my dad took me to the hospital, I was eating corn, roasted corn. My daughter was complaining, I didn't hear what they said is wrong with you. You have appendicitis. And I said, sir, that is what I feel like eating. I got home, they said, what would I eat? I said they should boil plantain. They boiled plantain. I got to the hospital, the doctor said, you are eating plantain. Shove is here, and like, must you eat things like that? But well, that was what I felt like eating. And then they started preparing me for the surgery. They shaved me, I think in the night or early in the morning. And when it was time for them to take me to the theater. Now, the major part of this story is that if you don't know God, it's time to know Him. Beyond ashamed is not only about molestation. I've talked about the molestation part of my story, right? But it's not all about molestation. It's not only going to be focused about people who have been molested, abused, and all that. It's about people who are challenged, who are who had been limited because of one sickness or the other, who feel like there is no reason to there is no purpose to life. There is no reason to live again. Let me just be there, let the days pass by, and let me just go and rest. I have a cousin that, by the grace of God, if she permits me, I would like her to come and share a story on this platform one day very soon, by the grace of God. Our story is very touching as well. So as I was about to be taken to the theater, I started coughing. Not the normal usual cough, like no. It was like something was right beside, I don't know how to put it, here, and I was trying to cough it out and it was not coming out. And my doctor said, Okbelenge, I don't know what is wrong with you. You are better tell that thing to stop because you have to enter the theater right away. Because this thing is not going to wait. I can guarantee you that you have these hours to live if this thing should burst into you. So it is not me. I don't understand. And that was how the cough kept coming like that. And for about 2-3 hours. And at some point he said, take her to the theater. And they wheeled me into the theater. And that was how I was there. They did the surgery. And I think 30 minutes to rounding up, I woke up. My dad was on the reception. He was at the reception and he told me that he was hearing my voice when I was screaming. I remember that I was awake, but I was not completely awake. So it was like I was on earth, and it was like I was in between heaven and earth. I know people usually say that. I know what that feels right now. And all I was doing, I remember I was doing like, and the doctor would be telling the nurses, hold her still, don't let her move, hold her head. And as he was saying it, despite the fact that I was being operated on and I was sedated and I was weak, I was still shaking my head. And all the thought that was coming to my mind then, I remember vividly, was, Lord, just let this thing pass. Let me just go. This is just too much. I can't bear this anymore. I just want to die, Lord. But I thank God, because even though he heard that prayer, he didn't grant it. I believe he didn't because he knows he has a purpose. He knows there's all these things you are passing through. It's because of someone out there today. Is because of a generation. Is because of the seed that is in you, that seed of greatness that is in you that you need to bring out. And well, I was wheeled out of the theater. I was taken to the recovery room. My dad had gone through a surgery before, so I was there, and he only spent few hours in the recovery room, after which he was taken to the ward back to recover properly. But I, Oluwatoyosi, stayed in the recovery room for 2 weeks. They couldn't take me from the recovery room. And this is because I was in pains that I could not explain. As at the 3rd day of my surgery, my doctor stopped coming to my ward. He gave the instruction that if I have anything to tell him, I should tell the nurse or my mom to come and tell him. He cannot face me anymore. He was tired of me, of my situation. Like, truly, am I the only one? Was I the only one? I would scream from morning till night. My mom would cry. And I think the second day to the surgery, I started my period. So it was just messy. It was just rubbish and all that. And I was just in pains. They would give me different injections in the morning, different one in the afternoon, different one in the night. They were just trying their best. They would check my files, reading through my records to see what is wrong, what I had taken, which I shouldn't take. Maybe they were confused. And then I remember one nurse, Auntie Ronke, she brought my file and said, Toyosi, see, in all the years that I've been in the medical line, I have never chatted a patient this long before. This is the longest chat I have ever had on a single patient. You had better start talking if you know anything that is wrong with you and how we can help you. And I was like, God, how can I know and not talk? My mates are in the camp. And okay, I am lucky. I was in stream B. And and what if this does not stop? And what what if it extends till I have to resume camp and I'm unable to go? Does that mean it will be extended for me? Does that mean I will not do it? My graduation was the Friday after the surgery, that was the first 2 weeks. I could not attend it. My mom had made preparations how she was going to do this and all that. She's always doing that. My matriculation was awesome, but I couldn't attend the graduation. But where was does that that didn't really matter at that time. I just wanted to leave. I would say after the surgery, when I was in the theater and I was thinking, let me just die. If you're online, just say hello to me. Hello, Ayodele. I can see you. How you doing? If you have any question, I'm all here to answer you. If you have any comments or whatever, just ask me. If you want to add anything to it, I'm all here. And if you want to share your story, I'm also here. You have youth, kids, young ones, you would like to get educated, you can message me. Follow me with the link that is on this video, after which I post, to follow my page, Be Unashamed. So, it went on like that for 2 weeks. And then, on this particular day, I was tired. I was completely tired. Because I was eating, at the same time I would throw it up. They would give me injection. So it was like they were just giving me injection. They would give me drugs, I would throw it. I was just there in the recovery room, for crying out loud. Recovery room. They couldn't move me from there. I didn't even know if there was any other patient that was operated on or that needed to use that place. But I was there. And so that day, the doctor was tired, like I said. He was never coming to my room. My mom was, she would cry, but she couldn't give up. My dad, a wonderful man, he will always tell me, he calls me Olojuan, like I have the eyes of tortoise. He will say, you will be fine. Ele, wow, okay. Like, Bele, sorry, you will be fine. There was a day he was trying to pat me and help me back to the bed, and jokingly he pushed my leg up, and it was like he wanted to push out my intestines and everything. And I screamed and started apologizing. Oh no, I'm just trying to help you and all that. So that particular day, in the morning, from morning till night, I was listening to 3 songs. I remember just 2. How I Love Calling Your Name and Fighting Temptations. I love music a lot. So I was listening to that song. I was listening and I was crying. I was in tears from morning till night. It was because it was like there was no more hope. It was like there was nothing any human could do. And really, there was nothing any human could do. My doctor was confused. The nurses didn't know what to say anymore. They didn't even want to see me too. My mom was tired. Because that wasn't the first, the second, the third, the 10th, or even the 20th sickness that I was having. And in the evening, like around 4 5, I can't remember if they wanted to come and give me an injection or something, and I screamed. I yelled at them. I don't want to see anybody in my world. I don't want to see anyone anymore. No one should come and give me anything. I don't want drugs. I don't come and remove your injections. Whatever want to happen, let it happen. And they told the doctor. He came. He stood at the entrance. He looked at me. He didn't say anything. The next thing, they came to call my mom. And the next thing my mom said, the doctor said they should not give me anything. That they should remove the drips. And that is referring me to FMC. FMC. That wasn't even my concern anymore. I felt like everything should just end. I felt like everything should just come to an end. it should be over, like over. And right now, I just wondered because I remember when I eventually got into service here, I fell sick again. I was admitted in the hospital back in my service state, and there was a lady right in front of me that was operated upon just like myself. She had appendectomy, and by the second day she was sitting down. And then then it made me look back and think, so what was wrong with me? No wonder my doctor was confused and tired when ordinarily by second or third day I was supposed to be recovering and I was getting worse. And so he said they should remove everything, you should do this and that. And okay, it was my dad he told, and when they came, and he told my mom started, she was just crying. Me, I've been crying since though, so what they were saying didn't really matter anymore. Whatever want to happen, let it happen. So that night, I kept on singing that song. I sang that song till I slept off. And in the middle of the night, ordinarily because it's a recovery room, there were no convenience, no toilet, no bathroom. So my mom would have to walk out to use the general toilet. Normally we're supposed to move to a ward where there will be a toilet and a bath for me and person staying with me. But because I was staying in the recovery room, there was nothing like that. So she had to use the general toilet. And so that night, instead of her to go out and use the toilet, she didn't. She decided to use my own bedpan. And the moment she carried the bedpan, I was sleeping all the while. The moment she carried the bedpan, I heard, and she heard. I was sleeping. I heard a knock in my stomach twice, three times. And the bedpan fell down from her hand. I woke up. She said, "What is that?" I said, "It's my stomach." She said, what happened? I said, "I don't know." And okay, I can't remember now if we called the doctor or the nurses. I can't remember, but I think they actually came. They attended to me. I can't remember if I went back to sleep. But that was the end of it. The pain just stopped. After they had taken the drugs off, the drips, the injections, everything. So when I was watching that movie Breakthrough, that mother said, then take everything off. Let him fight for himself. He was not fighting for himself. There was a scene before then where she went outside and she spoke to God like she sees herself to be a desperate and proud woman. But right now she's letting go. That God should just take over. She surrenders. And that day I remember that what I was singing was like, "God, I just surrender to you. Do what you have to do with my life. I leave it all up to you. I know the doctors don't know what to do anymore. I don't even know what to do. I had prayed and I've done everything I know I could do." And it stopped. That boy, after the drips and everything that was on him was removed, he actually came back to life. And it is based on a true life story. And the doctor told the mom that since he has been in his medical history, and he has never seen anything like that. That boy's illness was, I think it was 10% chances of living, of recovering. If he recovers, he was never going to be normal anymore. But the mother had faith. She believed that God could do the impossible. I believe that God could do the impossible in my life that day. And He did. And you are here. Maybe you're watching me. You're going through something and you feel like there is no hope. There's no reason why I should be here. Maybe you are lame. Go out and see plenty of them outside. And you still have a roof over your head. And you have the opportunity to watch me right now. Maybe you are a sickle cell. And you are still alive. Have you heard of testimonies where God changes genotypes from SS to AA? Do you think your ailment, like my father in the Lord will say, is a terminal illness and you can't get over it? Do you think your case is different, like negatively different, and there is no solution? You've tried every possible means. Well, I think 2 years after that, I was in church one day. It was an evening service, and it was a November service, which we usually have praises. And a pastor was preaching on praises, and he was telling us the breakthrough power of praise. And right as I was singing and worshiping God, the Holy Spirit reminded me and said, "Do you remember what happened when you had your surgery?" I was actually responding. I was like, "No, I don't remember. I don't understand." He said, "You praised God. Your praises came to heaven. He heard you, and he stepped into your case." So are you there? Are you tired? Are you at the edge of giving up? Do you know someone who wants to give up right now? Do you know someone who feels like it's no longer worth it? Do you have anyone who you think is hopeless? And you that you're watching me, do you even know God? Do you believe in miracles? Have you experienced one? I have experienced one. I have experienced plenty. If no one knows, this is just like another part of my story. I've got a lot to share. And if I have to start sharing till the day I die, I have enough to share. I have enough to talk about. Have you experienced miracle? Have you heard about it? Do you even believe in it? Well, if you don't believe, you might take your time to watch that movie, Breakthrough. You might ask someone to come and listen to my testimony today so that you will know that there is a miracle. That some things happen and they are not just ordinary. They are extraordinary happenings. It could only have been God. My doctor was tired. The doctor that had taken care of me for like 20 years was tired of my case. Didn't know what to do to me. Wanted to refer me away from his hospital. To where he was referring me to FMC. That place I've been there. I was there several times. And I can remember severally that doctors would tell me, "Sir, we're sorry. We don't know what is wrong with your daughter. We have never heard of that before." And then at that time, he was referring me there. I was just thinking, refer me there. Hey, yeah, let's go now. But I am here today. Even at that time, I didn't even know God. I didn't understand God. I wasn't born again. I didn't understand his dealings. I didn't know the things that he has in store for me. I didn't know his promises to me. But now that I know, you can now imagine how I am resting in his bosom. I am joyful in his presence. How much I want to praise him and love upon him because of what he has done for me. Of what he is going to do. He is doing and he wants to do for you. Come on. Say something. You people are just watching me. You are not saying anything. If what I'm saying, if you believe, if you feel touched about it, just let me know. Say something. People should stop watching me. Atike, Mommy, Harry, I can see you. Stop looking at me. Say something. It was all God. So be unashamed is not about me. This is not what I have come up by myself. No. This is a vision that God has given me. Like I said, my story is my purpose. Is to help people that are hurting to get healing. To educate young ones. To help those who are ashamed to get freedom. You were challenged. Rise above your limitations. Walk out of that sickness. You have been empowered. You just don't know it. You have the power. You have the grace. Don't waste it. Don't, maybe you get to heaven and then you look back and say, so I had all these things and I was just suffering like that. No, please. It is time to rise above your limitations. It is time to get your freedom. It is time to heal and be happy. I appreciate every one of you for coming online. I appreciate everyone who has stayed till the end. Thank you all who have been supporters of Be Unashamed Airy. Thank you. Auntie Kiki. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Share for me. I saw you sometimes. How you doing? Thanks for coming online. I appreciate you. I would like you to share this video to encourage someone. I would like you to call someone to come online again 1 p.m. tomorrow. I would also be here. I'm going to be online for 10 days. This is the 4th day. So I have 6 more days to go. And I'm going to be sharing the story again tomorrow. But it's not going to be my story. So watch out for that. It's going to be wonderful too. You want to hear it. You want to hear testimonies of people who are fighting. Who are really, really fighting. They are great fighters. Thank you so much for today. Thank you for coming online. I really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting Be Unashamed. I want you all to click the link, follow my page, like my page, and whatever contributions you've got to support this, you're all welcome. You want to talk to me, you press the button that is there, message me. I am available. I am ready to talk. I am ready to help. You need me to come and speak to someone? This is what I've been called to do. I love to talk. I've always loved to encourage people since I was young. Thank you for coming, Auntie Fomi. I see you coming late. Tomorrow, be here by 1 p.m. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.